Go ahead.
Right.
Were you going to say?
That's true, though.
Okay. Okay. What do you think are some common challenges to all marriages?
Ooh.
Letting the little things get to you. Don't take it to heart.
I love it. That's good.
I'd agree with that.
Yes, I love that. I love that. I agree with that because what happens is the enemy to marriages, all marriages, I don't care how long you've been married.
No, it doesn't matter.
He magnifies the little things.
Like toothpaste. Honey, why you squeeze my toothpaste in the middle? I think you should do it like this. You know, and when we first got married, that was one of our discussions. And the other one was, put the toilet seat down, baby.
Wow.
Have you guys, do you remember that?
Do you remember that?
Do you even remember that?
We don't have too many things like that. I mean, of course, that stuff happens.
Right.
But I don't think it's big enough to make a whole big deal out of it.
Yeah.
Where he lacks, I'm going to chime in. Where I lack, he's going to chime in, you know, so.
Good.
We're not going to sweat the small stuff. That's no big deal.
And you know what? Most of it is small stuff. Most of it. You know, you save your energy for something that matters.
Right. Like they're not bringing me food when I ask. Right?
Yeah, that's
I'm just kidding.
that's not a small one. That's a big one.
I'm just kidding.
But I think with our marriage, what actually made ours stronger is that we went through a lot of trials and tribulations the first 5 years, like major, you know, like severe, you know, and that just turned everything around and just started making things better and making us stronger and looking at the way that we looked at each other and we talked about whatever it is that may be going on, you know.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I think too early on, you know how they say the first 3 or first 6 years is when you have the hardest
like
time.
The first 5.
I was like, no, that's not gonna happen to us. They're just kidding.
Rough.
It was horrible. But I think I kind of look at it as a good thing that it happened so early. Yeah. Now that we had made it, 10 plus years, it's like, oh, whatever else comes up is literally minimal. It's not a big deal at all. We've had all those hard, crazy times already. So now everything else that comes up it's not a big deal at all. It's nothing that we can't work through with conversation and being real and honest with each other. There's nothing we can't break.
Yeah, it's kind of like one of the things. Oh, that's it.
Hey, baby girl.
Say hi.
Say hi. Okay, hold on. Go.
Hold on, go back over there.
Well, that those first 5 to 10 years or 5 to 7 years are commonly challenges for most people.
Most marriages.
Most marriages. And we found out that there are 6 major areas or common challenges to all marriages. And they are what, honey?
The first one is money. And the second one is lack of intimacy, substance abuse, physical abuse, and constantly arguing.
And infidelity.
Well, I just said that.
Yeah.
And infidelity. And those are the challenges in most marriages. And when I meet a couple and they tell me they've never argued, that's bad. That's real bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
That's real bad. Because you have to go through something like testimony. To have a testimony, you got to have a test. In the marriages, you're going to have some tests, right, baby. You're going to have some tests.
That's right.
Right.
And a lot of people are giving up within that first 5 to 7 years. A lot of people don't make it to be 10 years.
Yeah.
Right. And that's funny, like chiming back in on what you said, the biggest thing is finances. Yeah. If you can't talk about finances in a marriage, with your significant other, then you don't need to be together. You know, so just like my wife, we're on the same, we have 2 bank accounts. Yeah, 2 bank accounts. You know, my work paycheck, you know, goes to one account, which I'm over it, but she's on it. I'll let her deal with all the finances with that. My retirement, you know, that, with my retirement money, you know, from the military, that is used in another account, you know, for other things, or if we need to take an emergency vacation or need to take an emergency vacation, i.e. if something happens to a family member or something like that, we're able to do so, you know, but we talk about everything, you know.
We trust each other's opinions and thoughts on everything.
That's wonderful.
I love that.
He's my go-to. And with him having, not gonna say how many years, X amount of years on me, he's experienced and been through a lot more than I have. So I go to him when he tells me about certain things. Hey, you should do this or you should do this. I value his opinion because I know he's experienced so much. He's not telling me to hurt me. He's telling me to help me.
Yeah. Yes. I absolutely love that.
And it's kind of one of those things to where, like, you know, I don't tell my wife exactly what to do. You know, she's know I'm going to be 100. I'm totally going to be fully honest with her. I'll let her know what I would do and what my opinion is about it. And she can either do it or she can, you know, do it her own way, you know, but I value that she does take my opinion, you know, on certain things that she does do because she really considers it.
I love that because, you know, that's a very important part of marriage is hearing one another's opinion and honoring one another's opinion. Some men think that because you're a woman, you don't know anything. And they, you know, I'm the head. So whatever I say goes, and they don't listen to the woman's opinion. So it's very mature that you can say I hear both of you saying you honor one another's opinion. That's huge. That's huge. That's huge. Do you, you know, things have kind of changed. When we got married, most of the ideas we had about marriage, what marriage looked like, came from our parents. My parents, my stepfather was physically abusive and emotionally abusive to us and our family. And there was a lot of drama, a lot of womanizing going on. Okay. Honey, what about your background?
Mine was roses compared to her. No, I'm joking. I come from my background. My parents were alcoholics. My father was physically, verbally abusive to everybody. And I started going to church when I was between 13 and 15. There's 8 of us, 7 boys and 1 girl. I was the only one decided to go to church. I decided because I was looking at them and I said, this is not right. You ain't supposed to be fighting, breaking mama's arm and legs and all that stuff. Right. But when we got older, we put all that talk, staying still with our dad, and he, you know, stopped doing that. But Gary Chapman wrote a book called The 5 Love Languages. Have you guys ever read it?
Or heard of it?
No.
Okay, what he talks about in that book is that we all speak love differently, you know, and what he talks about is there's 5 different ways that we tell each other that we love one another.
And I'm gonna say it, and then you tell them.
Okay.
Like the first one is words of affirmation.
And that's for somebody that needs to have positive things said to them. My husband is one of them. He wants me to be his cheerleader. Like, he kept your pictures that big. I'm supposed to make out like it's a whale.
Well, you think, I mean, you really think about it. You know, us being men, we kind of need that sometimes, you know, just because me and my god brother, we were actually talking about this, how a woman, they get compliments for pretty much everything that they do, you know, and a man, he never really receives that, You know, so his perception of, you know, putting a smile on his face is really nothing. It's working, and you may laugh about something, but, you know, we don't get the same compliments and everything that, you know, women do on a daily basis, you know. So to get that and, you know, be your husband's cheerleader, you know, it have you sticking your chest out like, yeah, I can do anything. Nobody can do nothing to me. Make you feel like a Superman or something. Yeah.
Or saying, baby, I got this. I got this.
Right.
I got your back. Yeah. So we as men, piggyback off what words of affirmation. That's one of my love languages, and my wife knows it. And that's from positive words. Don't tell me what I did wrong, but tell me what I did right. And that's what I'm going to do.
And so those that's one of the love languages, and that's his number one. The second
one is
there are 5 love languages.
Quality time.
Okay, so quality time means that when we come together, I want some one-on-one attention, you know. So that means put the cell phone down, put the tablet down, turn off the TV. You know, I just want, quality time. Okay. So if that's the love language, then you have to feel that love language in order for them to feel loved. Okay. That's what we're talking about. Because a lot of people don't know their love language, okay? Right. So it's important to know it so you can meet that need.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And the third one is called acts of service.
Yes, and acts of service means do something for me. Can you wash the dishes?
Wash the dishes, something.
Can you help the kid with the homework? Or, can you make up the bed? Or, can you cook? Can you, what can you do? That tells me you love me, especially when that's not your love language, right?
And the fourth one is gifts.
And that's it don't have to be nothing expensive. It could be a candy bar.
Right.
Okay. Right. I happen to love bundt cakes. That he loves chocolate. I mean, we got our love language. I mean, we got our gifts, things we like. Right? Yes.
And the last one is physical touch.
And physical touch.
You know what that is? Reach out and touch somebody.
Yes.
Twirl the bed of place.
That's right. That's right. Yes.
Now, with those love languages, my wife and I came out. We did a video on making love outside the bed.
Right.
And that's words. That's with words. That's with actions. That's with touching. We hug each other 10 times a day to keep the doctor away.
Yeah. So that's one of my love languages. Physical touch.
What?
Yes. Yeah. So we believe in touch.
Because, and this, I didn't realize this until I actually went through and did the book and took the little a quiz that's in the book that helps you to know what your love language is.
Right.
And I didn't realize that my grandmother used to put me on her lap as a baby and rub my back and put me to sleep. So that is a serious love language for me, because all I got to do is start rubbing my back and oh my God, I just melt.
Wow.
So that says love to me. So,
gotcha. So
the knowing what your love language is, and most people most people, it's the top 2 that if you know what that is and you start doing it, when we ask the question, do you feel loved?
Do you?
Definitely.
Okay. See, but you know the love language. What 2 do you think you guys are?
Is it possible to have? So it is possible to have more than one love language per person.
Yeah. In fact, when you take the test, you will see which one stands out. But some people have a little bit of all of them, right? But you have to learn which one really says I love you to you, right? And many times what your love language is not the other person's love language. So as an example, if yours, Jaleesa, is quality time and your husband doesn't spend quality time with you, then your love tank ain't gonna be getting filled.
It's not gonna be full.
It's not gonna be full because he's not saying
He's not speaking your love
language. If his is words of affirmation,
right?
Words of affirmation.
Yeah. And so if my husband go over there and screw this knob in, I better come over there and inspect it and say, yeah, honey, that is a great job.
Wow.
Okay.
That's crazy. That's awesome.
Whatever that's his word, that's his love language.
But,
that's his top one.
But actually, for most black men, that's their number one love language.
Yeah.
Even if they don't tell you that, they lying, because every man loves being celebrated. Every man loves feeling, hey, baby, how I look? Do I look good?
Yeah,
exactly.
Exactly. You got to be there.
Yeah.
And the man has to hear that. But most black men, we try to hold it in. We're introverted. But you can't be introverted. She don't know what you want. She can't get your head and think what you want. You have to reach out and tell her. Yeah. Talk to her.
Right.
Because there's a miracle in our mouths. All we have to do is speak it out. A woman can make a man or destroy a man by the words.
Yeah. Yeah.
And and my wife, she makes me, so I praise God for that. She make me a man.
That's like when
you talking about stuff, okay? He talks stuff.
Like the other day you had the cutoff shirt on. We don't do much or go out much because he works all the time, which is great. When he does dress, he dress.
All right.
Now, but the other day he had the regular like around the house shirt on. It was just like dark, like navy cut off, the sleeves cut off shirt. I don't know what it is about him, a shirt like that. He didn't hold up, baby. He's got to be dressed out. Just put a blue shirt on.
Can't go out in that.
And then don't let it be something that I sleep in or leave the house early going to work and she lounge around the house.
They're my clothes.
They're her clothes. I come home but like,
what's his is mine, right? It goes. What's yours is mine. What's mine is mine. I'm just kidding.
Happy spouse, happy house.
You're right. Happy spouse, happy house. You're right.
I love it. That's good. Okay, so we kind of talked about a lot of things that we shared that we're going to be married 40 years. That's on Monday.
Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you.
I let my wife know she's the best 69-year-old lady looking on the planet, baby.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Watch out.
I said, tell Daddy what you need, what you want, what you desire, what you want. I'll make it happen. I'm laughing, but I'm serious.
You're right. Yeah.
All right. That's good. That's good. Well, I was going to say, since we've been married 40 years and kind of gone through some things, did you guys have any questions for us? If you can think of anything.
What do you think about when you have a family? And I know you have goals and things to do and stuff like that, but I believe in addition to going out as a couple or as a family time is awesome. But I also think us having us time is a plus as well. Every blue moon, it doesn't have to be all the time.
the Johnsons.
Come grow, come invest, come believe God. We're challenging you to join us for a positive marriage movement.
Come join us on Sunday evenings live on Facebook at Learn How Marriage Works. That's 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, because we want marriages to thrive and not just survive.
Come join us
And share with a friend.